Dear students, hope you all are doing well for ZAT exam. This is a supporting class of biology. In this session, we are going to discuss about some questions from control and coordination, both in plants and animals. You all know that in animals, there are two types of control and coordination. One is neural control and second is chemical control. Neural control with the help of nervous system and chemical control with the help of hormones. Okay, these two control system coordinates our body functions. Okay, control and coordination in animals, nervous system and endocrine system. Nervous system, neurons with the help of neurons, and endocrine system, hormonal system. Endocrine system is chemical control. These two control system coordinates our body function. Okay, first we discussed about that kind of questions. You know that nervous system are classified into two: central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system consists of spinal nerves arising from spinal cord and cranial nerves arising from brain. Cranial nerves are of 31 pairs and cranial nerves are of 12 pairs and spinal nerves 31 pairs. Here is a question from brain. See, first question. Name the part of brain that control posture and balance of the body. Name the part of brain that control posture and balance. The brain is divided into three regions: forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain consists of cerebrum, thalamus, hypothalamus, and hindbrain consists of cerebellum, pons, and medulla oblongata. Here, which is the part which helps for the control of posture and balance of the body? What are the options? Cerebrum, cerebellum, thalamus, medulla oblongata. First option, cerebrum. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. The main coordinating centers are there. Cerebellum receives information from sensory system, that is the spinal cord and other part of the brain, and regulate motor movements. It regulates voluntary movement such as posture, our position of the body, balance, coordination, and speech, resulting in smooth and balanced muscular activity. So, the answer is cerebellum. Cerebellum helps to cerebellum is the part of the brain that control posture and balance of the body. Okay, answer is cerebellum. Okay, cerebellum is a part of hindbrain. Then, second question. The gap in the myelin sheath between adjacent Schwann cell is called. Neurons have, there are three regions in neurons. Here is axon. Axon is covered by myelin sheath. Myelin sheath is the modification of Schwann cell. Okay. In between these myelin sheath, there is a small gap. What is the gap called as? What is the gap called as? See the option: soma, dendrite, knots of Ranvier, and none of these. Dendrite, you know that dendrite are branches which is present in the cell body, from the cell body, which carry messages to the cell body. Cell body contain nucleus. Okay. Then knots of Ranvier. Knots of Ranvier is the gap present in between adjacent Schwann cell. The correct answer is knots of Ranvier. Knots of Ranvier are gap in myelin sheath coating on the neural axon. The myelin allows the electrical impulse to move quickly down the axon. The knots of Ranvier allow for ions to diffuse in and out of the neuron, propagating the electrical signal down to the axon. What is the question? The gap in between myelin sheath. The gap in between the myelin sheath is known as knots of Ranvier. Here is the position, knots of Ranvier. Then next question. Smooth muscles, cardiac muscles and organs are regulated by. Smooth muscles, cardiac muscles and organs. These all actions are involuntary action. Involuntary actions are regulated by central nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, autonomic nervous system. Which is the correct answer? Autonomic nervous system is a component of peripheral nervous system, which regulate involuntary physiological processes including heartbeat, blood pressure, respiration, digestion, etc. Involuntary actions are controlled by autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is a part of peripheral system. Peripheral nervous system. Then what is sympathetic and parasympathetic? Sympathetic system is vigorous at the time of emergency condition. In normal condition, that is parasympathetic. Okay, so the answer is autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system controls the involuntary actions for smooth muscles, cardiac muscles and organs. Then deficiency of which element causes thyroid gland to swell up? Thyroid gland is endocrine gland which is present at neck region. Thyroid gland secrete a hormone called thyroxine. If the deficiency of thyroxine leads to a disease called as goiter. Goiter. Which element causes the thyroid gland to swell up? Which gland? Sorry, which element? What are the options? Calcium, iodine, phosphorus and none of the above. Iodine is the element which is essential for proper functioning of thyroid gland. Iodine is the element which is essential for proper functioning of thyroid gland. What are the functions of the hormones which is secreted by thyroid gland? Thyroxine is a hormone which help for metabolism of fat, carbohydrate, etc. The deficiency of thyroxine leads to goiter, hypothyroidism. Then the amount of hormone increases. That means another disease, it is called as hyperthyroidism or Graves' disease. Hypothyroidism, deficiency. Hyper, the hormone level is increased. That is hyper. See, the thyroid gland produces hormones that regulate the body's metabolic rate, growth and development. It plays a role in controlling heart, muscle and digestive function, brain development and bone maintenance. Iodine is essential for thyroid hormone synthesis. Iodine is the element which is essential for proper functioning of thyroid gland. Okay. Then next, which of the following hormone is known as flight and fight hormone? Flight and fight. At the time of fear, which hormone is secreted in our body? Options are thyroxine, adrenaline, antidiuretic hormone, oxytocin. Thyroxine, already discussed that. Thyroxine is secreted by thyroid gland which help for the metabolism of carbohydrate, fat, etc. All metabolic functions are done by thyroid hormone. Then what is the question? Fight and flight hormone. Which hormone is known as flight and fight hormone? Adrenaline. Adrenaline is a gland which is present near the kidney that secrete adrenaline. Adrenaline is a hormone which is secreted by adrenal gland. Adrenaline is a hormone which is secreted by adrenal gland that is present, adrenal gland is present near the kidney, which secrete two kinds of, adrenal glands secrete two kinds of hormone, adrenaline and noradrenaline. Adrenaline hormone is called as fight and fear. Fight, flight and fear. Triple F hormone, FFF, triple F hormone is adrenaline. ADH, antidiuretic hormone, diuresis, it is a disease. Large amount of water lost through urine, that is known as diuresis, anti-diuretic hormone, and oxytocin is another hormone which is usually present in females. Adrenaline is known as flight and fight hormone. It is produced by adrenal gland during stressful condition. During stressful condition, adrenaline is released into the blood, sending impulses to organ to create a specific response. So, which hormone is called as triple F hormone and flight and fear hormone? Adrenaline. Which gland is secreted that hormone? Adrenal gland. Where is the location of the adrenal gland? Near the kidney. Okay. Then next question. Which cells of the pancreas produce insulin? What is the function of insulin? To regulate blood sugar level. You all heard about diabetes. Okay, diabetes increase the sugar level in the blood. Which cell of pancreas produce insulin? Alpha cell, beta cell, Leydig cell, interstitial cell. Leydig cell and interstitial cell. It is a wrong option. So leave it. Then other alpha cells and beta cells. Here which is the correct answer? The islet of Langerhans is a group of cells present in pancreas. Here alpha cell produce glucagon. Glucagon help to increase the blood sugar level. And beta cells secrete insulin. Insulin regulate the blood sugar level. So, which is the correct answer? Alpha cell is the correct answer. Islet of Langerhans of the pancreas consists of beta cells that produce insulin. Beta cells that produce insulin. Insulin is a peptide hormone, protein hormone, water insoluble hormone that control the uptake of sugar in various tissue, thereby lowering the blood sugar level. Normally, pancreas produce two kinds of hormone, insulin and glucagon. Glucagon produced by alpha cell. Alpha cell produce glucagon, which increase the blood sugar level. Beta cell produce insulin. Okay, correct answer beta. The spinal cord consists of which type of cell bodies? Spinal cord. Spinal cord is a part of central nervous system. Options are sensory neuron, motor neuron, connector neuron, all of this. Sensory neuron which carry messages from the tissue to CNS. Motor neuron carry messages from CNS to effector organ. Interneuron or connector neuron in between these two neurons, and all of this, which is the correct answer. You know that spinal cord is composed of grey and white matter, spinal cord and brain. Both these CNS consist of grey and white matter. Grey matter is due to the presence of cell body and white matter is due to the presence of myelinated nerve fiber or myelinated axon. The spinal cord is composed of grey and white matter appearing in cross section as H shape. Grey matter surrounded by white matter. Grey matter surrounded by white matter. White matter is outside and grey matter is inside. The grey matter consists of the cell bodies of motor neuron, sensory neuron, and interneuron. Interneuron is connector neuron. Connector neuron is also called as interneuron. These three kinds of cell bodies are present in spinal cord. So, the correct answer is all of these. All of this is the correct answer. Then, 8th question. If too much growth hormone is released during growth period, it can cause too much growth hormone. What will happen? Too much growth hormone is produced, too much growth is seen. If too much growth is seen, which shows what happened? Gigantism. Size of an individual increases. The size of the total individual size is large. What are the options? acromegaly, Crohn's disease, gigantism, none of this. An excess of growth hormone during the growing period, child period or adolescent period, the excess of growth hormone leads to excessive linear growth, causing the child to grow very tall. The size of the child is very tall with abnormally large hand and feet and coarse facial feature, including a prominent forehead and jaw. This is called gigantism. Gigantism. Excessive production of growth hormone leads to gigantism. Then what happens? The growth hormone production is less, which will leads to dwarfism. Dwarfism. Dwarfism means that child is short stature, very short stature. Then an excess of growth hormone in adult. When the child become adult, at that time of adult, the growth hormone production increase. What will happen? Which leads to acromegaly. The growth hormone in adult, the increase the production of growth hormone in adult leads to acromegaly. When growth hormone releasing hormone GHRH is secreted less than the normal level in children, it leads to dwarfism. Excessive production of growth hormone in childhood leads to gigantism. Lower production of growth hormone leads to dwarfism. The growth hormone production is increased during adult, which will leads to acromegaly. So, which is the correct answer? Too much growth hormone is released during the growth period, it can cause. Which is the correct answer? Gigantism is the correct answer. Gigantism is the correct answer. Okay. Lower production of growth hormone during child period leads to dwarfism. The production of growth hormone increase during adult stage, what will happen? Which will leads to acromegaly. Okay. Crohn's disease is a bowel disease. Bowel disease. Crohn's disease is a bowel disease. The next. A female is suffering from an irregular menstrual cycle. The doctor prescribed her some hormonal tablet. Which option shows that the hormones she lacks in her body is form of the endocrine gland? Options are estrogen, testosterone, adrenaline, thyroxine. What is the question? Female suffering from an irregular menstrual cycle. Which are female hormones? Estrogen and progesterone. So, testosterone is male hormone. So, it is not an answer. Adrenaline is fight and fear hormone. Thyroxine is secreted by thyroid gland. So, that three options are wrong. These three options are wrong. So, which is the correct answer? Estrogen. See, estrogen is one of the main female sex hormone. It is needed for puberty, the menstrual cycle, pregnancy, bone strength and other functions of the body. Estrogen level vary throughout the menstrual cycle and fall after the menopause. Menopause is the end of menstrual cycle. Menarche is the beginning of menstrual cycle. Question is, female is suffering from an irregular menstrual cycle. The doctor prescribed which hormonal medicine? Which is the correct answer? Answer is estrogen. Estrogen. Okay. The next question. If the stem grows towards sunlight and root grows just opposite to it, the stem movement is known as. Plants show two kinds of movement, tropic movement and nastic movement. Tropic movement is directional movement. Towards the direction of stimulus, the movement towards the direction of stimulus or away the direction of stimulus. In nastic movement is non-directional movement. So, plant shows two types of movement. First one is tropic movement and second one is nastic movement. Tropic movement is directional towards or away the stimulus. Nastic is non-directional movement. Then the first option is phototropic phototrophic movement. What is it? The movement towards the sunlight. Phototrophic, positive phototropism. The stimulus is sunlight. The plant stem, the stem of the plant, if the stem moves towards the sunlight, that is called phototropism. Negative phototrophic movement. What do you mean by negative phototrophic movement? The movement of the stem or root away from the sunlight, that is negative. What is positive phototrophic movement? The movement of stem towards the sunlight. Towards the sunlight, positive phototrophic. Away the sunlight, negative phototrophic. Then none of this. What is the question? The stem growth towards sunlight. Towards sunlight. So, which is the correct answer? Positive phototrophic movement. Towards sunlight, positive phototrophic movement, that is stem. Away from the sunlight is negative phototrophic movement, that is growth of root. Okay. See? Growth movements which occur in the direction of the stimulus. Direction of the stimulus, tropic movement. A tropic movement may be towards or away. It is towards, it is positive movement, and away, negative movement. These movements are non-directional responses to the stimuli. These movements are independent of direction of stimulus. These movements can be due to changes in turgor or growth. Example, the response of touch me not. These movement means here is nastic movement. Nastic movement. Nastic movements are non-directional responses to the stimuli, and the movement are independent of the direction of the stimulus. Tropic movement are directional responses. Dependent, that is dependent to the direction of stimulus. It is independent to the direction of stimulus. Okay, so here are two movements, tropic and nastic movement. The correct answer is positive phototrophic movement. ഇതിനിടയ്ക്ക് ഞാൻ അപ്പോ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് കേട്ടോ, ഒന്ന് മാറ്റിക്കൊള്ളാം. Then next question, 11th question. Indole 3-acetic acid is the most known and naturally occurring plant hormone of which class? Indole 3-acetic acid. Plant growth regulators. What do you mean by plant growth regulators or hormones? That are certain chemical substances which help for growth and development of the plant. Plant growth regulators are of two types: growth promoters and growth inhibitors. Usually growth promoters are auxin, gibberellin and cytokinin. Growth inhibitors are abscisic acid and ethylene. Ethylene is neither inhibitor nor promoter, but their more function shows in inhibitor. Here indole 3-acetic acid is most known and naturally occurring plant hormone of dash class. Plant hormones are of two, classified into two, promoter and inhibitor. Options are gibberellin, auxin, ethylene, cytokinin. Indole acetic acid is in which class? See, auxins are a group of naturally occurring and artificially synthesized plant hormone. They play an important role in regulation of plant growth. Auxins were initially isolated from human urine. Auxin means to enlarge or increase. They include cell division, differentiation and elongation. Indole acetic acid IAA belongs to auxin. IAA, indole acetic acid, belongs to auxin. Indole acetic acid is belong in the class of auxin. The main function of auxin, it is a naturally occurring hormone. The main function which help for growth of the plant, elongation, differentiation, enlargement, etc. First, the auxin is isolated from human urine. Here the correct answer is auxin. Next question. Which of the following hormone is not a growth inhibitor? Not a growth inhibitor. Inhibitors are of two. First one is abscisic acid. Abscisic acid Their abbreviated form is ABA. ABA. And another one is ethylene. Ethylene and abscisic acid. Ethylene is one of the gaseous hormone which is produced by plants. It is neither promoter nor inhibitor, but the more action is inhibitory action. Okay, dormin. Dormin is another name of abscisic acid. Dormin is another name of abscisic acid. What is the question? Which of the following hormone is not a growth inhibitor? Not a growth inhibitor. Dormin is inhibitor, abscisic acid is inhibitor, ethylene is inhibitor, indole acetic acid belongs to the class auxin. So, which is not a growth inhibitor? Answer is IAA, indole acetic acid. IAA, indole acetic acid is a plant growth promoter, while dormin is an abscisic acid and ethylene are plant growth inhibitors. The correct answer is indole acetic acid. Okay, the next question. The plant hormone which is used to destroy weeds. Which plant hormone is a weedicide? Which destroy weeds? Lawn-free gardens are made by using this kind of weedicides. Which is a weedicide? IBA, indole butyric acid, IAA, indole acetic acid, NAA, naphthalene acetic acid, 2,4-D, 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. Which is a weedicide? Indole, IBA, IAA, NAA or 2,4-D? 2,4-D is a synthetic auxin which is commonly used as weedicide. Synthetic auxin. These two are natural auxin. 2,4-D is a synthetic auxin which is used as weedicide. See, 2,4-D is a synthetic plant growth regulator that is highly toxic to most broad-leaved plants. Broad-leaved plants, that means dicot plants, and relatively non-toxic to monocotyledon plant. Grasses is frequently used as weed killer or weedicide. 2,4-D belongs to the class auxin. It is a synthetic auxin which is commonly used as weedicide. The correct option is 2,4-D. 2,4-D. Then, next question. Which part of the nervous system controls reflex action? What do you mean by reflex action? The spontaneous, automatic and mechanical response. It is a spontaneous action. That spontaneous action is controlled by spinal cord. It is not entered to thinking action. See the option: cerebellum, spinal cord, medulla, cerebrum. Cerebellum is part of brain, medulla is part of brain, cerebrum is part of brain. Spinal cord is a central nervous system. The spinal cord controls some action that do not involve the brain. The spinal cord is completely controlled that action. Its reaction is automatic and does not involve thinking. The reflex action does not involve in thinking. It is a sudden and spontaneous action of the CNS which is completely controlled by spinal cord. It is called as reflex action. Thus, a automatic, spontaneous and mechanical response to a stimulus controlled by the spinal cord without the involvement of brain. Without the involvement of brain is called reflex action. Reflex action is controlled by spinal cord. Reflex action is controlled by spinal cord. Cerebellum is a part of brain, hind brain. Medulla is a part of brain, hind brain. Cerebrum is a part of brain, forebrain. The correct answer is spinal cord. What is the question? Which part of the nervous system control? Reflex action. Reflex action is completely controlled by spinal cord. One more question. Which of the following is the main thinking part of the brain? You know that Brain has three parts: forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Which of the following is main thinking part of the brain? Hindbrain, cerebrum, midbrain, none of the above. Hindbrain regions are cerebellum, pons, medulla oblongata. Cerebrum is a part of forebrain. It is the largest part of the brain. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. Initiate and coordinate movement and regulate temperature. Other areas of the cerebrum enable speech, judgment, thinking and reasoning, problem solving, emotion and learning. These all things are carried by or done by forebrain region, cerebral region. Other functions related to vision, hearing, touch and other senses, that all are present, that all regions are found in forebrain region, that is cerebral region. What is the question? The main thinking part of the brain. The main thinking part of the brain is cerebrum. It is a part of forebrain, largest part of the brain. The other functions are regulates temperature, enables speech, judgment, thinking, reasoning, problem solving, emotion, learning, etc. Okay, that's all about control and coordination. Okay, thank you.